We've been setting up tow cars at Hardings for probably almost 42 years. Tom Hardings started setting them up back in the early 70s. Back then a tow car was a pretty simple setup with a tow bar, and of course we've been a home and race dealer for those 42 years. Now setting up a tow car has become a much more complex job, where we've still got the tow bar, which sometimes we install, but we've also got numerous electricals to run the caravan. And so at Hardings we typically do probably 1 to 2 tow car setups a day, and that would entail fitment of the tow bar, brake controller, ESC circuits, Anderson plug circuits, and circuits to run the fridge in the caravan, and often reverse cameras too. This is a tow car that we're setting up at Hardings. It's a European car, so it does tend to take a little bit longer to set up electrically. Probably the first thing we look at with the customer would be the tow bar and what it's rated to tow. So we'd want to make sure that the tow bar is rated on this car, rated to tow 3.5 tonne.
Yep.
And so that means that you've got a fair bit of capacity to tow a fairly big van. The next thing we'll be looking at is to make sure that the plug on the back of the tow car is matched to the caravan. So in this case it's got a round plug, so we need to make sure that it's suited to tow. It's suitable to, it's got a round plug on his caravan. In this instance, being a European car, it's got a special 14-pin plug that we need to convert to an Australian round plug. On this vehicle we're also fitting an Anderson plug, which is pretty common. So this is an Anderson plug which will be fitting under the bumper bar somewhere, and that'll be used with 2 heavy gauge wires to charge the battery in the caravan via the car. We're also fitting, as you can see, there's numerous wires here, we're fitting other circuits to run the caravan fridge, and also to run the ESC on the caravan, which is electronic stability control. So in a typical installation these days we might have 6 or 7 wires coming down to the back plug, to the Anderson plug, and even to the 12-pin plug, which is fairly common on caravans too. Up the front of the car, in this instance we're fitting a Prodigy brake control, which is probably our preferred fit. There is also a new unit on the market which is called the Tow Pro. So rather than finding a spot for this big box on the dashboard of the car, we've only got to find a spot for that nice little button. And so these units are going to become fairly popular because we put the box section of the controller in under the dash where you don't see it, and it's not in a zone where it sort of interferes with your legs. Both these units are what we call a pendulum unit. So they adjust the brakes on the caravan according to the acceleration of the car. So if we come around to the cabin, well I don't know if we can see that there, but that unit's already been fitted, actually the Prodigy. In this particular car, the battery's under the passenger seat, but in a lot of cars we'd be working under the bonnet, and we'd be getting our power from those 5 or 6 circuits that we often need to wire up. And so there's a lot of work done on the bonnet to source our power and run all our fuses and relays.